Now it's time to do some work on this chassis. It's kind of, I don't know if I could pull this chassis all off, that would be so much better. Be easier to clean. It's all kind of coming loose here. So I'm gonna, what's the chances if I can, I got an idea. No, I don't want to. I was going to use some debonder, but I think it's okay. I might be able to take this all out. Yeah, what the heck? Let's do that. It comes all out. I got a shock. The shocks are shocking me. Didn't have shocks on the right side, but I got shocks on the left, and they're kind of keeping me from doing anything. I kind of want to don't bust them, but boy, if I get this off, this will make it a lot easier to clean, huh? And to fix everything. So what do we want to do? I don't want to do more damage, so this is kind of trying to think of the utensil to use. So let's get in here. Try to pop the joint loose. There we go. There we go. We're set free. Right on. That's going to be so much easier to clean up. This is all kind of like that. So we're just going to get my little duster. We're going to dust away. Ugh, gosh. It's a lot of dust. I think we'll yank the engine out. Let's take a look at that engine. It's just, I don't know. I may or may not put it back in. Who knows? But let's go ahead and, wow, a lot of dust. It's getting all over my car. I'm going to go dust this somewhere else. I'll be right back.
What could you possibly say for yourself, man?
Yeah, get some of that dust off of this baby. Ugh, the dust was flying. Alright, that's a little better. We've got to do some little, I'm going to get a small brush and do some fine dusting. I'm going to take this nasty thing and I'm going to dust it off to the side here.
I do subscribe to the Hobby Dude 007 channel, man. Oh. Case dismissed, sir, with the apologies of the court.
Alright, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Okay, man, everything's going in the right direction. The chassis looks so much better. I'm going to get just another paintbrush here. I'm going to take one of my paint brushes that are clean. I'm just going to get in some of the nooks and crannies there. Get some of that dust the heck out of there. Blow on it. Heck, just blowing on it gets that stuff off. Look at that. It looks pretty good, huh? There's dust flying all over the place. The dust is flying. When the dust settles, then we'll know. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and do some repair work. We got to get this. It looks like one of those springs is broken, so that's always going to move around, but that doesn't usually cause too much of a problem. But we need to have the rear end connected to the trailing arm right there. That's something right there that needs to be fixed. So we're going to just CA glue that sucker up. To have a CA glue there. Get it into position. Because unfortunately it's so broken up on there, I don't know how that's going to work out. I think we got it in the right spot. I thought I had it in the right spot. I need that third arm. We're going to take some accelerant and drop it in there. I think that'll do the job. Yep, we're good. Oh yeah, and it's sitting nice. Excellent. That's sitting nice and square. That's great. So that was easy. Now we're going to take this part. I still need a little bit of cleaning here. Alright, we got that a little more clean. And we got the engine here. Most of it's all there. We don't have headers. We don't have a drive shaft. We don't have the fan. But you know what? I'm going to stay. Let's do this. Let's just put a little glue there, a little glue there. What the heck? Let's put the engine in there because it should be. How the heck did I get this engine out of there? There we go. Oh, I'm knocking things apart. We're getting it. We're getting it in. Tell you one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to remove these shocks completely because we don't have, and they just hit they went flying onto the floor. Since we don't have that side, I'm not going to bother with this side. This is just going to be up on the shelf anyways. And quite honestly, this is almost a waste of a pretty good engine, but we'll put it in anyways. At least we'll have the engine in there. Now, drop this baby back into its place. I think what we'll do is not get too crazy. I'm just going to put the glue there. And just so you know, this is totally unpainted, so I'm gluing directly to the we need a little more glue, to plastic. So no need to do any scraping, especially with CA glues. Yeah, it'll hold on to paint, but it'll eventually break off with the paint. You want to go directly plastic to plastic. So there we go. We got that all on. Those will have to be worked with, but for right now we got that all on. Got all that in. Everything seems to be sitting in place, except that wants to move again. I'm going for the glob on there. Press in. We're going to do a little accelerant down into there. We've got this chassis that hopefully, it's looking good. Got my white wheels. They're actually kind of yellowed, I'm noticing, over time. That was, I'm sure I probably shot those with testers white. I can't remember. But I was shooting testers back in those days. Here's the glass. We're going to put the glass in next. We got to clean this nasty stuff up. Quite honestly, I've got this rag. This is actually kind of damp and infused with dishwashing liquid. I just dipped that into the water, and I'm just going to clean it up over my car. I'm going to set the car right there. I'm just going to give this a nice scrubbing with the dish detergent. And I got some water in a bowl next there. I just threw it in there. Same with the back window. Because I like to, it's nice and handy to keep one of these just hanging right here with a little bit of dish detergent, and it's damp. It does the job. And there, we got a nice dry one right here. We're going to take that windshield after it's been in the water. And it's probably going to look really good. Not too shabs. A few blemishes, but it's an old model. Same with the back window. That's all we got for glass. Back in the day, I used to glue these in with super glue. I would get super glue from the grocery store, 99 cents or whatever it was, and glue these in. It always had just absolute horror effects, super glue. I don't do that anymore. Of course, I got a couple different bottles, but there's nothing like the Tester's clear part cement. Some of it's called Canopy Maker. I have another one around here, black bottle, same thing, same design. You can still buy this. Tester still is producing this. I seen these at Hobby Lobby, so this is great stuff. Now this, let's see, was this? Yeah, this one, it's different than the Monte Carlo. It enters from behind, so I'm just going to put some of that glue. What's great about this stuff is it really does work fine, and it works really good, and it dries clear, but it takes some time to get that in there. See that? That's where it goes. Same with this back window. We're going to put our bead of glue. That's the thing, if it kind of smushes out, it kind of dries clear, and if you see it, it actually will come off the glass real easy. Other stuff to use, Elmer's glue, Hodgepodge or Mod Podge or whatever the heck Podge that stuff is. It all kind of does the same thing. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to let this sit for a while. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back. And I think we'll be able to do final assembly and take a look at this thing. Alright, it has been some time, and we are ready to pop this body on there and get this car looking like it should. Geez, I wish I would have taken care of it when I first pulled it out of that box like what we saw, but oh well, those things happen that way. Let's see, can we get this all to fit in there good? I think it's all fitting in there good. Yeah, that's looking pretty decent. It sits nice. Let's get that hood on there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this thing. Take a look at it. That'll look respectable on the shelf. Looks a lot better than it did, and this car deserves to be seen. I may even take it to my next model meeting. Just throw it on the table. I haven't been taking nothing to the model meeting the past couple of meetings. Of course, this didn't sit on there well. Let's get that back on there. Yeah, it's sitting pretty nice. I really like it. So let's get the camera down lower. I'm going to put this on the little turntable, and we're going to take some good look at it. What do you say? Let's take a look at it right now, and we'll wrap this thing up.
You're watching the Luka C channel on YouTube.
Well, here it is. All done, looking great. Cleaned up pretty nice. It's not so hairy. We like it a lot better. The finish got pretty damaged over the years by all that dust bunnies and stuff pecking at it, but it cleaned up pretty good. It has a few spots that the clear is just way too gone. It's an old girl, man. She's what? I would say 32 years old. So we got it going the best we can. Let's center it a little better. I didn't do too good on my setup there. So it looks just good enough to get up onto the shelf, and we will definitely enjoy it up there. I actually am out of shelf room. I got to find a place to put this. I need to find a... You know, if I start building and finishing models, I got no place to put these things. So we'll do a hunt around the studios and see where it'll place. It'll definitely look good on the shelf, though. I'm pretty pleased. I wouldn't go any farther with it. I'm afraid trying to re-clear it, like I said before, will just do more damage. And, you know, we're just not gonna... I'd rather have it this way than have a crinkly paint job on it. Then it's just no good anymore. I even thought about, you know, nowadays there's actual decals available to do this car correctly. I thought about doing that, but this is how I did it back then, and I like to preserve the history of model building too, whether it is my old builds or when I buy old builds, and kind of do this kind of thing like I did with that old MPC Buddy Baker Dodge. To me, that I just enjoy doing that a lot. I really love preserving as the builder built it back when they first pulled it out of the box. And I have got plenty of these Pontiacs to go around that I could do this again if I choose to. But I'll probably move on to other things. I've got other ideas with other Pontiacs. But this is cool. I'm really glad it turned out good. I'm bummed at myself that I let it sit for a few years after I found it out of the box, because it wasn't as bad. But we're doing okay with it. So we went from this to this, and we came a long way, baby. So I hope you enjoyed this. I plan on doing a lot more of this old model car episodes. I've got a whole bunch of them in line, ready for some resurrecting, some cleaning, some detailing, and to get put up on the shelf. And we will get back on it. I still got a couple of things to do left on this. As you see, I'm missing the spoiler and that lower portion of the rear bumper. I got to do some hunting for that stuff, but everything else is pretty well intact. So thanks a ton for watching, and you know what we say here: keep on building those model cars. Why? 'Cause they're wait, what else is fun? Taking old model cars and making them new again. Why do we do that? 'Cause it's fun. Here's the producers.